where you'll die of hunger, bankruptcy, wolves, and bad management, but at least you'll still look good doing it, huh? Welcome to the medieval life you never knew you wanted, but can't live without. In Medieval Dynasty, you're about to go from broke and homeless to possibly, well, still broke, but rolling a thriving village. Here's how to survive, thrive, and laugh along the way. Let's get started. When you get into Oxbow, you spawn in the hospital, and some people may miss this, so I added it to the first clip here. You're gonna take these jumps and grab this axe. Also, there's some potions in a box. Don't forget this stuff because it definitely will help you out with your playthrough. And yeah, it's just good loot right off the beginning of the game. Once you exit, you're going to go ahead and talk to Seduin, and I probably said his name wrong, but that's okay. Go ahead and follow the text prompts that I choose. It's just so you get the main rewards at the end of this. And once you go through all this, it will teach you some of the basic mechanics on how to do everything in the game. So all the basic tool crafting and everything is covered in the first tutorial of the game. What's better than free loot? Stolen loot. But tread carefully, getting caught ruins your reputation faster than burnt porridge. Scout first, villagers are nosy, make sure nobody's looking before you swipe that cabbage. Nighttime is your best friend, most NPCs are asleep, giving you free reign over villages and loot on the outside. I wouldn't steal from houses though because you could still lose rep from doing so. What to steal? Food, bread, roasted meat, and berries are great for survival or for selling. Tools, axes, knives, and hammers save you crafting time. Seeds, expensive to buy but easy to acquire for free. Selling stolen goods, avoid selling locally because you simply can't. The villages are smart, sell stolen items in other villages to avoid suspicion. Focus on traders in distant towns who ask fewer questions. Before leaving Postovia, make sure you go back to this chest here. It'll be outside the hospital or around that area, and I recommend taking the bow, the arrows, and an axe. Why an axe, you might think? Well, you're gonna come into encounters later on if you follow this completely through. And you want to have something in your hand to defend yourself against the predators. So let's go ahead and get into it. And we're going to jump to the next segment. So just be careful on what you all take. You don't want to be overburdened very soon. Like if you take everything in the chest now, you're going to be overburdened and it's going to be harder for you to manage your inventory and your weight early on. So this chest doesn't despawn. Everything stays here so you can use it as your personal chest for as long as you want. If you manage to steal a bucket while roaming around Postovia, you can hotbar it on your main bar and you select it by selecting the number on your keyboard that you slotted it under. Once you do that, sip away. Yes, it's medieval. No, there's no filter. But what about bacteria, you may ask? Spoiler, you'll die of starvation long before dysentery. There is no bacteria in the water in Medieval Dynasty. Exploration isn't just fun, it's profitable. Look for hidden chests and camps as you roam the map. High-risk areas like caves often have the best rewards, and later on we will be showcasing that. And to go on from this, you want to be looking out for gifts that you can give to your companions, but in the early game I do recommend selling them. They do have a high profit margin and it is just free loot. Make sure to check along roadways and find anything you can that will help you be able to obtain some cash to get your early start. And yes, you can get this all done in the first day, and it is very rewarding to do exploration. So I can't push that on you enough. And I will show some highlights of me looting some of the areas, and just know most of the areas are procedurally generated, so every season new areas spawn throughout the map. So it gives you an idea of where to start looking. I mean, there's certain areas that are already on the map, but there's other things that get added over time. So that is good to know. And we're going to go ahead and show some highlights, like I said, of some of the lootable areas that we found. Yes, there's going to be more lootable areas, I promise, but as we approach this cart, you're going to hear some combat music playing, and that's because the wilderness is as dangerous as it is beautiful. Predators like wolves, boars, bears, and bison, otherwise known as wizen, aren't just threats, they're opportunities. Wolves, they normally travel in packs and will attack on sight. I recommend carrying a bow, stay at distance, and once you get a couple shots into them, most of the time they will run away. Also, if they're gap closing on you and you're trying to get them off you, I recommend switching to an axe or something that you can defend yourself close up. I prefer using an axe early game, and later on you'll get to see me do that. You can kill them for their meat and their fur, which sells pretty good. With the meat, I recommend cooking your meat before you sell it. Boars, they charge fast, so keep your spears ready. I recommend using spears for this. I believe it's a funner fight, and you can also sell their leather and meat. Bison or wizen, they're slow but tanky. Use ranged weapons to take them down safely. Their hide and meat are worth the effort. You get so much from the wizens, it's ridiculous. And I recommend fighting them as a primary once you're able to take them on safely. Bears, avoid them early game unless you enjoy reloading saves. If you must fight, bring a bow and stay far away. Otherwise, you're going to become a tossed potato. I recommend coming to Astoya first to sell your stolen goods, because there's something else here that we're going to grab.
Hello.
And that is simply going to be this simple large pouch. And the reason we're grabbing this over this simple backpack is because we can get the backpack for free. And I'm going to be showing you how to do that very shortly, but we're going to go through the selling process, get everything out of the inventory that we want to get out, and then we're going to go ahead and buy the pouch. And from there, we're going to go ahead and, we're going to start making money in the game, and you can keep rinsing and repeating this cycle. If it goes from stealing in other villages, just know you can only sell in an opposite village. So keep that all in mind, and let's go ahead and get that pouch bought, shall we?
Want to see my wares?
Northwest of Astoya, you're going to be able to go into a cave, and within that cave you're going to find the backpack. But be aware, you're going to have an encounter with some wolves. Sometimes they spawn and sometimes they don't. So understand that you're going to be in combat in the dark. Make sure you grab enough torches and you grab enough stuff to protect yourself. Whether it be stealing from here and grabbing some more stuff to take with you. for this, but just know it can be challenging, especially if you're getting attacked by multiple wolves at the same time. And I want to go ahead and point that out, but we're going to go ahead and jump to the entrance of the cave now, and I'll speed it up a little bit until we make it to the backpack. You'll notice here I had to use the unstuck feature in the menu because I got stuck in the side of the cave. Whenever you enter, just be careful because sometimes the environment gets the best of you. And I decided to not speed it up so you can see the route that I took to get to the backpack. But it might be a little chaotic because of all the fighting. But just know, explore through the cave and you will find the backpack. So, we made it through the first day, and with that, we can kick back beside a fire and cook up some of that hard-earned meat and fill our bellies full to the brim. With these tips, you'll go from a lone traveler to the founder of a mighty destiny. Good luck, and may your fields be bountiful, your villagers happy, and your enemies edible. With that all said, I hope you enjoyed the first part to our ultimate starter guide for Medieval Dynasty. With that said, also, I encourage you to leave a like and comment and hit that bell icon to stay up to date with when our next video releases. And I shall see you in the next one.